الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم الله. Welcome to the level 2 of the Tafseer session from the Global Learning Academy Medina program. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is when you see that the progress is being seen. When your effort is being put in something, you see the progress in it. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, وَأَنَّ سَعْيَكُمْ سَوْفَ يُرَى. And indeed, your efforts are going to be seen. For therefore, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, it's a pleasure. And at the same time, looking forward to carry on with you the two faculty of Islamic science, Tafseer and Seerah al-Nabawi al-Sharifah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I have just asked before coming about the students that has been here last session or last level, and that was level 1. And we know very well that level 1, what we have done and what we examine ourselves and which path we're going to go in this level. And I personally believe that having the main knowledge of what we had last term, the usul, the essence of tafsir, would really make it easy for us, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, to carry on the journey of tafsir. All right? In today's class, we're going to speak shawiyya about what we've done last level, and we're going to carry on a small glimpse of what we're going to do bi'idhnillah ta'ala moving forward. As Muslims, as brothers and as sisters, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned that we are kalbunyan, that we are as bricks and a building when it's been built. يشده بعض البعض. We strengthen each other. You have a brick, you put another brick and another brick and another brick, with the pillar is strengthening each other. But therefore, when we see that our family, our neighbors, our Muslim brothers and sisters are in a kind of difficulty, we're always there to help. Always here to help. This is what makes us different from other religion. Our love towards each other, our yearn for peace towards each other, our concern of the well-being of each other. For therefore, us as Muslims, whenever there's any kind of calamity or test or trial that are going around the world, we try to share the pain of others. Because we know very well the reason why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam put the Muhajirun and the Ansar together, in order for them to work together to carry on the message of Islam. So therefore, the way of helping people who are not in front of us in our presence, let's say our brothers and sisters in any part of the world that are suffering in any kind of suffer. It could be flood, it could be earthquake, it could be war, it could be rainfall, it could be fire in the forest, it could be any kind of natural disaster, it could be any kind of war. We as Muslim, our weapon towards them is our dua, is our supplication towards our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world that are suffering, regardless where they are. Regardless where they are. So we make dua for our brothers and sisters who are suffering, who are being tortured, who are going under persecution. We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open the way. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send peace and blessing and tranquility into their heart. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them victory. And this is dua that we have to say in our salah, in our sujood, in our dua, especially nowadays of what's going on. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give victory to the Muslim and raise us all among the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Beautiful. Speaking about Tafseer, I would say, alhamdulillah, last year, as per the test that was given at the end of the session, we felt that, alhamdulillah, you have had a very good base and foundation of the usul al-tafsir, the essence or the methodology of tafsir, how you want to call it. All right? Can you raise your hand for those who are here last level? Just raise your hand. So we have Amna Javid, Amira, Mizbah, Marha, Asma, Farhanad, and Muhammad Ashfaq. Are you all new? All right, you can put your hand down. You can put your hand down, everyone. Jazakumullah khair. Anyone among us who are new? Very good. Barakallah feekum. Zain, I want to let you know how we want to carry on the tafsir. Apology, just not feeling a little bit well from my neck today. As you are aware of the tafsir and the seerah. I mean, last year I was doing tafsir and we had Sheikh Wasim doing seerah, Sheikh Abdullah Salaiti doing hadith, and fiqh Mubarak, and Brother Aslam, Sheikh Aslam, we had aqidah. And this year myself, I'll be doing tafsir and seerah because Sheikh Wasim Kempston for this semester, he excused himself, as well as Sheikh Abdullah Salaiti, they excused themselves for this semester. So probably, hopefully next week or next semester, they may carry on. Allah Ta'ala A'lam, bi'idhnillah Ta'ala. So what we've done last year, remember in regard to the tafsir, we had each and every class one day. And for this year, or this semester, or this level, you want to call it level 2, we're going to have, since I'm the one who's going to be teaching for the meantime, tafsir and seerah, we're going to have it together, which means that we start at 7 o'clock Mecca time, and then tafsir, And then we have a small break. And then we come back and then we have the Seerah for the next 45 minutes or 1 hour. And I hope that this was being shared to you and you're all of you are fine with that new timing of the two subject. So instead of coming one day, taking one subject, so we'll be making two subjects in one day in one seating. I hope that's going to be something very feasible for everyone, and hopefully not too I don't like to use the word boring, but not too heavy. Not too heavy. So your interaction, your participation will indeed enhance the sessions bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. All right? Okay? Carrying on in regards to our tafsir class. What we've done last year, yeah, maybe we might do a small quick recap about it, but I believe no need because we've already done that at the last days, during the last day of our previous level. So we may just need to start straight away so we can get a lot of time for us to indulge into the science of the Quran or the tafsir of the Quran. All right? As we spoke about our way of moving forward, there are two books that I will be focusing more upon. Remember last time we spoke about different tafsir, Tafsir ibn Kathir, Tafsir Sa'di, Tafsir Qurtubi, Jalalain, and all the tafsir we spoke about. But the two ones that I'm going to focus more in this level is Tafsir ibn Kathir and Tafsir Sa'di. Tafsir ibn Kathir and Tafsir Sa'di. And if you want to have it as a book in your hand, you may have it. I'm going to summarize notes from my own note and from Tafsir ibn Kathir and Tafsir Sa'di into one PowerPoint. All right. And then from there, this is the one that I'm going to share to you. And from there, our test is going to be based upon. But again, like how I said last time, nothing to do in regards to the test. It's all about how we understand the surah and the ayat that have been revealed and try to put that as how to implement that into our life. Mostly that we're going to speak about. All right. So today, we're going to start, and I've just got some small presentation in regard to the isti'adah. So this is something that we want to know before we carry on. All right. And any question before we start? I mean, you can, whenever you want to speak, just raise your hand. You can unmute yourself. That's totally fine. And you know what I'm saying?
اسمح لي بس.
Yeah, نعم.
أستاذ, we've put off the mute by yourself, unmute by yourself. So,
Yeah, they can do that, صح?
No, we took off that setting. Do you want us to put it back on? على راحتك.
Yeah, put it on because I need them to talk.
تمام أستاذ.
Yeah, I think you should put that on for everyone. Because maybe they might need to, I think everyone should be responsible enough to keep themselves muted at all times. Yeah? And then, inshallah, if ever they want to speak, just raise their hand and unmute themselves instead of you have to unmute them. You know what I'm saying? Ready?
إيه نعم أستاذ, جزاك الله خير.
بارك الله فيك. بارك الله فيك. All right. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We get into the tafsir. I want to ask a question. And I want your opinion here. All right. Sister Anzana, you raise your hand.
No, Sheikh. Alhamdulillah, I'm here.
But okay, it's written raise hand over here. Anyway. Okay. Raise hand, get permission to unmute, then unmute. Great. Question. Yeah, this is something like I always say, and this is one of the way that we do it. We want to know how you want to carry on. I'm going to tell you what I want to do, and I want to hear from you what you want what you would expect us to do and what you want to be learned, what you want to learn from us. I want to hear from you. All right. I didn't want to come here and do something where you feel that, we've heard that again and again and again. Well, we want to actually teach over here because we're not coming here giving a lecture. We're coming here giving a talk. You're coming here giving a class. A class means interaction. A class means Q&A. It's not a talk. I can actually come and choose any subject or any surah and come and give a talk about it. And then I leave. But over here, it's something that I understand. You people are student of knowledge, we call it. Like myself, we're student of knowledge. And whatever we learn, we're going to teach that to others. It's not something that you're going to come here. Always you need to put this in your mind. When you guys over here, level 2, you're not normal listeners. You're not normal listeners. You are listeners, respectful, attentively listeners that are going to take whatever we're giving you, have it get reflected on your body and teach it to others. So this is what you're all about to do. For therefore, I want to do things that you're all happy and ready to embark, and we navigate that together. All right? I'm going to give you some options. All right? And I want you to write them there, or if you want to raise your hand. All right? I got 3 options for tafsir for you guys. And I want you to choose. Yeah? You ready? Great. Number 1, I can start teaching you from Surah Al-Fatiha and Surah Al-Baqarah onwards. Okay? Start from there. That's option number 1. Yeah? So let me just put it over here. Can I write it? Okay. Okay. Got option number 1 from Al-Baqarah onwards. Option number 2 from Surah An-Nas onwards. Number 3. Go ahead. If you look at the 3 over there, which means that we start the tafsir of Surah Al-Baqarah from Al-Baqarah until we go, and that would mean that if we have 4 months, which is 3 months of a tafsir, which have 3 months of a tafsir, definitely we're not going to finish Surah Al-Baqarah, but the option is there. You're here to learn, and I want to teach whatever you feel is the right, that you enjoy the most, all right? And you feel that might be implemented and applicable to you the most. Surah Al-Baqarah, we go from Surah An-Nas. You go from Surah An-Nas. For example, Nas, Al-Falaq, Al-Ikhlas, which is something that I like as well. So at least we know that, from Nas, we try to finish, what I'm saying? We try to finish 1 surah every week, then we can carry on. You know what I'm saying? So forward. So at least when I'm reading in Salah, I know what I'm reading, where was that revealed, and why was that revealed. And then the third one is, for example, I would say option 2, which is we choose a surah. For example, Tafsir Surah Al-Hujurat, Tafsir Surah Al-Mulk, Tafsir Surah Luqman. You know what I'm saying? But this is something that I'm putting up there. I personally believe, for someone to see, so we have Surah An-Nas onwards. We have 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, option 1, 1, 2, 3. So 3, Option 2. Option 2. Option 2. Yeah, I think option 2 might, and that's totally fine, you know. Okay, we'll go for option 2 بإذن ta'ala. We go beautiful, beautiful Muhammad Ashfaq, Muhammad Sattar here. So beautiful. So we go for An-Nas onwards, all right? بإذن ta'ala. So we're going to do that from An-Nas so that now you will know from An-Nas, whatever you're reciting in the Quran, from in your salah, you know what all entails. So we can take one surah every week or 2 surah every week. We can speak about it, indulge into it, you know what I'm saying? Then we carry on. Maybe from time to time, we may bring a surah from Surah Al-Hujurat or Surah Al-Waqi'ah or Surah Al-Rahman. We just throw in there and then we can just start speaking. So everyone opted for Surah Al-Nas onwards, all right? So, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, we're going to do that. So, as per your vote, we're going to go for Surah Al-Nas onwards. All happy about it, inshallah? We're all happy, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Or if you're happy, then I'm happy. All right? Beautiful, beautiful. We're here. Though we want you guys to come here and be like, yes, I'm going to go there. I'm going to try to learn what we've been reading, what I hear the Imam read in the masjid. I go Maghrib time, I go Salat al-Isha time, I hear the Imam, wow, the khushu' is way better because I'm thinking if we go for Surah Al-Baqarah, I'm happy with it because you learn a lot in Surah Al-Baqarah, but not many times you're able to actually listen to it or try to remember it or remind yourself through it because not many times you hear Surah Al-Baqarah in Salat al-Maghrib, Isha or Fajr. So unless you read it yourself. So even if the Imam would read it, he will read it from part and parts. So if ever we go for a specific surah or Surah Al-Nas onwards, so from the back go onwards, that would actually make your khushu' probably, inshallah, make your concentration in salah a little bit more stronger and more to what you've been looking forward, because this is one of the things that we always complain about, our khushu', yes or no? So having understood what we do that and we go, yes, definitely. We're going to start with Surah Al-Fatiha and get to know what is Surah Al-Fatiha, and from Surah Al-Fatiha, so definitely we will enter Al-Basmala, Al-Isti'adha and Al-Basmala, and then Surah Al-Nas onwards bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. All right? And you know me very well, it's all about your way of being happy to be here. You know, I may have a way, you may like a different way, because I'm not teaching kids, I'm teaching parents, I'm teaching mothers, fathers, probably even grandmothers or grandfathers here, mashallah. And not everyone's ability of learning are the same. Amongst you here, we have learners that are auditory. They just like to look at me and listen to what I'm saying. They don't like to write. There are those who are from the auditory, we have those who are kinesthetic. We don't do that, you know. And there are those who actually just like to, you know what I'm saying, they're just the visual learners, you know what I'm saying. They like to look, they like to see the PowerPoint, they like to take a picture with their, you know, with the eyesight that Allah has given them. So we have different kind of learners. And I do not know what kind of learners are you, because we're not on an on-site place. So I do not know if you're someone who like to just listen or someone who like to look and have something right in front of you. Yeah, but like how I mentioned to all my students, even in school, even last time we were having a psychological class. So in Islamic psychology, so I was teaching those boys from 16 until 19, teenagers. I mean, they came to the class and then they were just listening, because this is what they are. This is what they're used to now when they go to school, yeah? They've got the iPad, they get the phone, you know what I'm saying? The phone and the iPad, what they do is they just listen over there and they go home, they open and then they revise. But very few you will see having a pen or a pencil in their hand. I don't know in different parts of the world, but where I am here in the UAE, in the school where I teach, you barely see a student with a pencil in his hand. صح ولا لا? Yes or no? Yeah, you don't see. but that do have an effect on your education. I'll tell you frankly, it may have an effect on your education. So why? Because I personally believe, and how today we have today's doctors, engineer, ulama, teachers, mechanics, pilot, all these, they all studied by looking at the blackboard, listening to the teachers, and writing notes. So you're having three, you are working on that knowledge in a three aspects. The aspect of your sight, hearing, and writing. Wow, so definitely. So for example, if you see your teacher, yeah, is speaking about, or if you hear your teacher, or even you see your teacher speaking or explaining about something that's not there in the curriculum, yeah? So what do? You just write it down. But if you just come here and listen, that's what I said, it's not a talk, it's a class. It's not a talk, it's a class. But therefore, I want you to have a book, like how you did last level. I remember I reminded everyone last level to have one book and divide that book into 5 parts. Aqidah, Tafseer, Hadith, Fiqh, and Seerah. All right? Just whatever the teacher speak, just write them down. Whatever you see, you know it's already in the PowerPoint, no problem, you can leave it. But whatever the teacher brings from outside, just write it down. Okay, you can never know what he's saying could really, really benefit you. So now itself, supposed to be having a paper and a pen or a pencil with you, writing down anything extra that we say. You know, because this is what happened. We might come and, because I've said that's a class. Sometimes we don't have to, for example, stick to one subject. We talk about one thing the whole, no. We are a teacher. We are in a class. We might sometimes not deviate, might sometimes go into another topic, and come back that's related to the talk. You understand what I'm saying? So we might be speaking about tafsir, they speak about the politics of today. It might happen. We might be speaking about tafsir, we're going to the fashion of today. Speaking about tafsir, we're going to the influential social media of today. So this will not be there in the PowerPoint, because it won't be there from the Tafsir Sa'idi or Tafsir Ibn Kathir. So these are, oh, I remember Sheikh spoke about that, let's put it down. I remember he spoke about one of the two things, we can link it with this, just write it down. So at the end of the class, you look at your note, you're like, wow, this is what we learned today. You understand what I'm saying? This is my advice to everyone. When you have Sheikh Zulfiqar that comes, mashallah, filled up with information, may Allah bless him. Whatever he says, write down. Myself, Sheikh Aslam, or any shuyukh that are coming, boom, just write down, listen, take notes. This is what all about. It's a class, filled up. Just take notes. All right? This is one. Therefore, what we would like to kickstart straight away, half an hour, just telling you my expectation. And what I want to do is, the last thing in regard to expectation is how I want it to go. And a quick reminder of, like how I said last time, and you all know very well about the test of what happened. The tests of last semester for Tafsir, and probably even others, alhamdulillah, all of you, I would say 99% have done very well in their exam in general, for everyone. It's because of you coming here for a purpose. Yeah, coming here for a reason. Your reason of coming here is to remove yourself from the darkness of ignorance, and to put yourself into the light of knowledge. First intention I'm here for. I'm going to learn tafsir, this and this and that, not to be a teacher. I'm going to learn hadith or whatever, not to be a teacher. I want to actually learn to remove myself first from the darkness of ignorance and put myself into the light of knowledge. That is my first intention of coming here. By the time you have this intention, my brothers, my sisters, you've passed all the exam. By the time you have actually come here with this intention, you've passed all your exam. No need to think what's going on, and I don't know if I'm going to pass exam. No, 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 no. Nothing as such over here. Because having an exam in itself makes you have a fear of learning. But we're going to have continuous assessment, just in order to see how you're all doing, to see where we are lacking as a teacher, to see where you are, where are the places where we need to improve. You know, there could be things that we are doing, we feel that we have to emphasize and focus on some more points. So therefore, at that moment, this is why we have an ongoing assessment, which is, for me, is an assessment of, at the beginning of each and every class, I ask a question. And that question is a recap of what we've done last week. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the way of us going forward. So once I come, we start, inshallah. We see if we can try to link it with whatever is going on in the world. I think this is part of us being a teacher, coming here. If you've got any question at the end, of course, you may ask. Sometimes we're all open, because if you feel that, well, what's happening in the world, what's happening in regard to the youth issues, the old issues, the men issues, the gender issues, and all those fitna that are going out there, you may need someone to talk to. You people here, mashallah, you have, we could say, your teacher that just got some knowledge from Medina. We may relate many things to what's happening. Maybe you may want to hear what our thought. So having a last minute of 5 minutes Q&A question that you want to ask from the session of what we've done, or you want to ask any question of that's not related to it, as an amana, we have to say, yes, it's okay. Because again, that's why we say it's a class. It's not a talk. A talk, we say, hey, listen, whatever we've covered, you ask me a question on this only. No, we're open. You want to know what Ustad Iyad what his intake about what's going on, for example, in that country, or that sheikh, what his intake, what's going on in that country, or how do we take care of the youth nowadays, or how do we get khushu' in salah, why are the marital discord increasing in the world? So accounts and all, it's okay. So we want you all to take these sessions as a session of, I'm going to meet and greet. Don't take it as a burden. By the time you take this session as a burden, it's going to come and envelope you, and you're going to leave today or tomorrow. Sometimes you may find people start with like 80, 100 students. But then when the expectations are there, they feel that, wow, it's so much for me. Because when a teacher set expectation, it's always hard. All students feel that, whoa, I don't think I'll be able to meet the expectation. You know, when you're going to the school, the first day, teacher said, you're going to come early, you're going to sit down, show me your uniform, show me your homework, make sure, your lunchbox, no chocolate, no juice, no sugar, patata. And when that list come here, you feel like, whoa. So that stress start right away. Yes or no? Stress start right away. You people here, mashallah, my brothers, my sisters, you don't need to stress, because your mothers and your fathers, and you already got work. You're already, mashallah, taking out your time and come and spend some time for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. Make it enjoyable. I may not make it enjoyable for you. You can make that enjoyable for yourself. You understand? Be on your couch. You can be whatever you want to be. But my condition is have a pen in your hand. So probably I may ask you, Muhammad, let me see, switch on your camera. You show me your pencil. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to say that. But this is something that we want to actually, that's our expectation. We want you to be happy to come here. And how I start today with 24, and I want that to increase. I don't want to start 24 today, and then after 3 or 4 weeks, it's come to 12. it's because the intention was already made in the wrong way, so that's why it failed. We don't want that to happen. And guess what? You're all here. 24 of you are here today, mashallah. It is from Allah Azza wa Jal. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, the Sahabi came, and Nabi ﷺ was speaking. And one of the Sahabi came and sat next to the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet Muhammad mentioned he came near, and Allah's mercy upon him, he came near. And the other one went far from the gathering. So the Prophet Muhammad mentioned that he's gone far from the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. And one of the Sahabi left the gathering. So this is one of the guys, the Prophet, he left the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. So were you people still here? Many people has come, many people has gone. And each and everything what happened by the rules of Allah Azza wa Jal. Sah? But therefore, when you're still here, always think like, yes, I'm still here because Allah wants me to be here. Huh? Because remember the hadith that we mentioned about ilm, about the knowledge, what the Prophet Muhammad spoke about. Huh? من يريد الله به خيرا يفقهه في الدين. Yes or no? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants good for someone, he make him understand the religion. He give him the comprehension of the religion. And this is what you're getting. I mean, you finish level 1, climbing level 2, you gain the understanding of the religion. You've learned about usul al-tafsir or usul al-hadith or the Mecca period and the usul al-thalatha. And mashallah, you've learned a lot. Usul al-tafsir, usul al-fiqh. Now you're carrying on. So you're understanding things. So when you're understanding things into the religion, it's from Allah. Allah wants you to carry on. Because if you do not get the understanding of the religion, my brothers and my sisters, how are you going to get into Jannah? The same hadith, the Prophet linked that with knowledge. من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له طريقا إلى الجنة. Are we all here to get Jannah? Yes or no? So you need to have the comprehension, understanding of the religion. You need to have the understanding of the religion. All right? And then from that, you'll be able to implement that into your life. And then your path towards Jannah becomes easy. من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما. Whoever's seek out or sought out, go out in seeking of knowledge, Allah make his path easy to Jannah because he has made you understand the religion. قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون. All those people who know can be compared to those who do not know? لا والله أبدا. Never. So we should always pump ourselves. Yes, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Yo, Allah Azza wa Jal has brought me here. I'm still here. I'm still going to be there. Regardless how many time it takes me, if I'm taking for the dunya outside every day for like 9-10 hours, I'm going to work, I'm coming back 1 hour every day. For the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, will put barakah into my time. But now, Ustad Iyad is taking 2 hours of us. Okay, maybe for my day, you can say 2 hours. Yeah, inshallah. We're not going to make it 2 hours, yeah? It's like 2 sessions, 2 hours. So what we're going to do is, we're going to like now, we do it like 45 to 50 minutes tafsir. They have a break of 10 minutes, yeah? And then you come back and speak about the seerah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. All right? But today, just about most introduction, I'm just going to carry on. And then from next week, inshallah, we're going to do the first session of 45 to 50 minutes. We can carry on. You know, the time is open. Yeah. And then we can carry on and then we come back for a break. So now this is something that I wanted to let you know. So in regards to seeking knowledge, and the hadith has been there. And then I probably Ustad Zulfiqar spoke about that as well. I'm reiterating it as well about your status in Jannah determine the level of knowledge that you acquired and implement into your life. All right? Now, moving forward toward the seerah. All right? So we say we're going to start for the tafsir. Al-isti'ada wal-basmala, wa surah al-Fatiha, and an-nas onwards. That we all نتفق على ذلك. Then we're all agreed upon this one. Clear. In regards to how we're going to have a separation between Tafseer and Seerah. Yeah? So having 2 hours of learning and teaching, no matter how good you are in teaching, you're going to start yawning. Yeah? So we don't want to reach a point where you start hating the teacher. You don't want to be here and look at my face all the time for like 2 hours, all my days. That's him again. No, we don't want that to happen. All right? So I tell you something, you know, the concentration span of a human being, concentration span, that's way at the beginning of the Prophet Muhammad sometime, yeah, is very limited. Yes or no? Very limited. Sometimes we may come and talk for an hour, no matter how eloquent you are, you become tired of listening to the same person again and again. All right, no doubt about it. I'm into that. We've been into this field for, alhamdulillah, many years, and we know how people feel. Because I'm not an eloquent speaker myself or a funny one, whatever, so people can entertain. I cannot entertain people as other, mashallah, other people. But what we can try to do is to decrease the amount of information given, because the lot of information that you give, sometimes it may go very quickly. This is one of the misconceptions that may happen. Let me tell you. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, "Khayrul kalam dalla wa qalla." You know, the best of speech are the speech that are short and to the point. All right, short and to the point. We're going to come here and do short and to the point. What we're going to try to do is to do it productively, to the point. Yeah. If I have one session, I know 1 hour about I'm leaving. You know, 50 minutes, we talk, we interact, and then last 10 minutes Q&A. But now you're going to have this ustad in front of you for like 2 hours. So therefore, I want you to tell me again, I go back to you. Because over here, you are the king over here. Yes or no? Yeah, not teachers. We're here to serve you. Yes or no? We as teachers, we're here to serve you. We're here to share to you. You're the one. The reason that we are here is because of you. Yeah? So whatever pleases you. I've got 2 options for how we want to go forward. All right? So you tell me. Option number 1. Check that. Now look at that. I'm just writing 100 minutes, which is 2 hours, 120. So of course, we're not going to do from 8 to 10 consecutively. So I'm thinking what we want to do is, do we do a 15 minutes and then we go for a 10 minutes break and then come back 15 minutes? Or you just want to, for example, start from 8 o'clock and then we can finish 9:30, for example. Yeah, or 9:45, for example, without that break. maybe we can take a break. All right, so it seems, so we're going to do this that way then, inshallah. Okay, no one wants to say, well, wait, I told you you're going to find me boring. I said, no one wants it. But my break will be here with you, Ustad. Inshallah, I have few things. Great. All right. So this is, all right, this is what we're going to do, inshallah, next week. All right. And let's get into the Seerah. All right. So we're done 50 minutes. All right. So would you like me to carry on just for a quick introduction about Seerah and then we leave? Or I give a 10 minutes break, have something and come back and then we carry on. Let me know. Continue. Carry on, please. All right, great. No problem. This is what I like this. I like this. So we can carry on. We give you what you're looking for. All right. Today, as is most introduction. Now, Tafseer, we spoke about what we did last year, and then we carried on. In regard to Seerah, who volunteers? Who can volunteer and tell me how was the Seerah sequences was last year? I know Sheikh Wasim started from because Sheikh Wasim is very, very busy at the moment. Yeah. So I had a look at the PowerPoint, and what I would want to know, maybe, okay, Ali Karte wants to explain how he was and how we wanted to carry on, inshallah. So that's going to be something new for me to teach you all. So we just want to make sure that I don't go away from, definitely I will not be able to be as good as Brother Wasim Kempston. So we try our best to make sure that we can be there and share whatever we know and implement anything from the Seerah. Na'am, Ali.
Ustad, according to where we stopped last time, we finished the Aqaba pledge, the pledge of Al-Aqaba.
Okay.
And after that, I didn't get enough time to make notes, so that's where my notes have stopped.
And that's for everyone?
Just let me double check.
Because for the level 2, we're supposed to start the Medina period. So if you guys want me to carry on from the Pledge of Aqaba, we'll carry on from the Pledge of Aqaba, بإذن الله تعالى. All right. And how was the sequence or the flow of the class? Where it's something like Ustad would talk, or there will be more interaction, or would it be like a fiqh seerah, or would it be something like storytelling?
It would be more like storytelling, and the Sheikh would just keep talking while we take notes. There was not much interaction, mainly towards the end, if any student had any question.
If they had any question.
Yeah.
All right, Sharika, Faruq. نعم, Sharika Faruq, you can unmute yourself. أزهر, تفضل.
Assalamu alaikum, Ustad.
Yeah,
Sheikh did also include the fiqh of the Seerah,
yeah.
especially when he was discussing the Isra and Mi'raj after the Amal Hazn of the Prophet, how Allah takes you through difficulties and then He gives you, He prepares you for something good. So he did include parts of fiqh of Seerah, but like Brother Ali said, that it was more of him speaking and we listening.
Okay. We had Sister Sharika wanted to speak.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. It was a
Salam.
by mistake. I just raised the hand, but Sheikh Wasim went sequentially from beginning to the end. I think that's all.
Beautiful, mashallah. Jazakumullah khair. And this is how we want to carry on. And Do you know that, subhanAllah, the seerah in itself is, if a person learned the seerah, yeah, that's, I would say, a seerah, seerah is sufficient for you to understand whom you are. Seerah, learning the seerah, implementing the seerah, getting to know where you stand in regards to the seerah, deducing lesson from the seerah. You understand the individuals of the seerah when you're reading. Who was Abu Bakr? من كان عمر بن الخطاب? Why Umar bin Khattab? When he entered into Islam, it was wow. Umar bin Khattab. Why? Subhanallah, the one who would know, who would be more concerned about the halal and the haram, Umar bin Khattab. The one who would be more concerned about the deen and the religion of the relation between Allah Azza wa Jalla and Abu Bakr Siddiq. Why? And he was chosen to be with the Prophet ﷺ as Suhbah. We're going to learn to Medina. Suhbah. Why was Abu Bakr Siddiq chosen as the Prophet's best friend? And Ali bin Abi Talib, in regards to, subhanallah, getting to know about the fiqh, about Uthman bin Affan, getting to know about all these Sahaba, all these companions, they had something that was not common in everyone. Specific characteristic that they had that made them whom they are today. A seerah makes you someone who is proud of their identity. Seerah make you understand how the Prophet ﷺ reformed the society. I mean, when you've been learning about seerah from the beginning until where you reach the pledge of Aqabah, how the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, what were the verses that was revealed upon him? How did he react upon being persecuted? Though he was the Prophet, though he had Umar bin Khattab on his side, though he had Hamza on his side, why there was no retaliation? Why he kept quiet when they came and put an intestine of the camel on his back? Why he kept quiet when they came and strangled him where his jugular vein was shown? Why he never retaliated? Why he married only one wife in Mecca? Why he stick with his non-Muslim uncle Abu Talib in Mecca? Why for 3 years they were thrown in the valley of Abu Talib, boycotted? What pushed him to go to his Taif? Why he forgave them? I mean, all these, when we go back to the seerah, all the inquiry that we have, this what gives us the ladha of seerah. Make us understand sah. This is where we are now. How we can actually implement these examples of the Prophet in today's world. لقد كان في رسول الله أسوة حسنة لمن كان يرجو الله واليوم الآخر. Well, it's not storytelling. Don't want here to listen. No, we want to actually make you understand now. Wait a minute. Implementation. Why the Ashra Bashirun? Why Bilal ibn Rabah not including the Ashra Bashirun? Why Bilal ibn Rabah from being the slave, an African origin, being heard his footstep in front of the Prophet ﷺ in Jannah, being the first one to give the adhan in Mecca, Medina, even then reported in Al-Quds? Why Bilal ibn Rabah? What did Islam say about this? Him to get this privilege and status and honor in the corrupted society of Mecca back then. Could have been a Qurayshi. Could have been someone from the Arab clan. Could have been someone from Rome or Persia. But why was it Abu Bakr as-Siddiq? Why was it Bilal ibn Rabah? It tells you something what Islam is all about. When the Prophet was reforming the society, that was Bilal ibn Rabah next to him as his shadow. Ajib. Why? Showing diversity, multicultural, peace, love, brotherhood love, sisterhood love. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا, in order for you to know each other. That shwiya come to know when you get into the Medina period. But Seerah, studying Seerah, not reading Seerah, studying Seerah, my brothers, my sisters, make you a different individual. I remember when I was watching, back in the day, I don't know if they still have it. I was watching a series of Yusuf. Yeah, that was small, almost like how many years ago? Have you heard of that? Story of Yusuf, made by some Iranian producers. And watching this and putting that into a different, yes, Sister Saida, you know what I'm talking about. And it really makes you a different person by getting to know who was Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam. I mean, the problem, you see what happened when you listen to the story of Yusuf. When we hear the story of Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam, we focus on Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam. When we're speaking about Surah Yusuf, we're speaking about patience. Yes or no? I'll ask you a question. This is where we get it wrong. All right? We read Surah Yusuf, and then we say we had to deduce lesson from Surah Yusuf. Let's deduce the lesson of patience from Surah Yusuf. Give me one example. Raise your hand. Give me an example of patience in Surah Yusuf. I'll go to Azhar. Yalla Azhar. Go on, Azhar.
Yeah, Ustad. When Yusuf alayhi salam was sent to the prison for something that he did not even do, he did not commit, he was falsely accused, and he was uh, in the prison, held in the prison. So that shows his patient, and also Yaqub alayhi salam's patient. Okay,
You
all
see?
right, only
You
one.
see? This is what I wanted to see.
All
All
right.
right. Tatar, go on.
Naam, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum. So Yaqub alayhi salam patience,
Oh,
even
no.
no, only
I
Yusuf
ask
alayhi
you,
salam.
you see now? You see? I ask you, anyone over here, the lesson deduce of patience in Surah Yusuf. All right? But in Surah
Yes,
Yusuf, look what happened. You're taking out the lesson of patience from Yaqub. Yes or no?
yes.
So this is where we need to understand as well. Very good. That means in Surah Yusuf, we don't have only the Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. Yes or no? We have Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. Yes or no? We have Benjamin. We have Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. Am I right or wrong? So when you look at Surah Yusuf, we're looking at 2 or 3 or 4 individuals. Yes or no? That's why I asked you the question. When we say Surah Yusuf, yeah, we have many, but the thing is, we have probably Surah Yusuf in our mind, but there are many individuals we need to look at. Same as the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. It's not only the Prophet ﷺ. It's Bilal. It's Amr bin As. It's Mu'adh bin Jabal. Why was he sent to Yemen? Because he knew what was best in halal and haram. Mu'adh bin Jabal. Why was Osama bin Zayd been chosen to lead expedition after the death of the Prophet ﷺ, 18 years old? Wow, there's a reason behind it. Still, there's a seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Umar bin Khattab, Uthman, Ali, Fulan, Fatima, Zainab, Hassan, and Hussein. Why? This is part of the seerah. Lesson need to be deduced from their life as well. So that's why we said that when we learn seerah, it's not only the seerah, it's not only to be focused on the Prophet ﷺ, like how the Prophet ﷺ molded them and how they loved the Prophet ﷺ, how they implemented his teaching into their life. This is part of learning about the seerah. It's the same thing when we speak about Surah Yusuf, we tend to actually sometimes believe that it's only about Surah Yusuf. No. We have the Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam. We have Benjamin as well. He was patient as well. He was taken and left over there as well. And we had, how many things happen in Surah Yusuf. So therefore, the paradigm and the vision of how I want you to look at Seerah, look at it in a way that it's not only the, excuse me, my daughter, what do you want? No, that's mine. I'm sorry. I'll speak to you later. That's the only thing they like to take. They come to you for only one thing. You steal your charger. Your kids come to you, you feel that they're coming to give you a kiss or something. They look at you and they take your charger and they leave. La ilaha illallah. Oh, Maryam. Subhanallah, I want to take my charger. Oh my days. Yes. You wake up in the morning, your phone is 0% because she came in the night, she took the charge, put on her iPad. La ilaha illallah. Now she's trying to sneak in. She knows I'm not going to take care of her. Yeah, I'm not going to see her. She's going to take my charger and go. She's not going to get that. I've got 2 hours today. Subhanallah. May Allah Azza make it easy. So you see, my brothers and my sisters, it's all about how we look at the seerah. All right. So bi'idhnillah ta'ala, as from your suggestion, we're going to carry on. Maybe we'll repeat again, inshallah. I will go through the notes of Sheikh Wasim. May Allah bless him. May Allah reward him. And Sheikh Wasim, mashallah, very, very active in the charity organization. He goes to Syria, he goes to Burma, he goes to many places. May Allah bless him. So that's why he couldn't commit for this level. So just try to replace him for the meantime until he comes, inshallah. Then he's going to carry on. But for the meantime, I'm going to try my best, to step into that role of teaching a seerah. And I love that as well. And we're going to see how we can try to be as productive as Brother Wasim. And another thing, the book that I'll be using, inshallah, the resource, like how I say for Tafseer, going to be Tafsir Sa'di and Ibn Kathir. And for Seerah, I go to Rahiq al-Makhtoum, but sometimes the teachers we used to use in Medina Munawwara. And we used to use different books. Let me just check the book here. We used to use this book as well in Medina. These were the book that I was using in Medina. And this was from Sunnah Nabawi Sahihah. That was the book I was using in Medina. And subhanallah, I still have mine. Back in the days, we used to have our own staff. So that was the book that we were using. And the author of that book was the teacher himself, Dr. Akram Diya al-Umari. Yeah. So the teacher was teaching this to us in Medina. Yeah. He is the author of the book himself. It's a two-volume book. So he would teach that to us. You understand? And that is in Arabic. And then we had another teacher yeah, who will come and teach us, بحوث دراسات في سنة النبوية. This one as well, from two books where we used to get taught as well in the Kulit al-Da'wah, where I had my teacher called Muhammad Shanqiti, who was teaching us Seerah. Of course, that is in English, in Arabic. So therefore, we're going to try to get some notes from there. And I would like to use the book, The Seal Nectar, رحيق المختوم in Arabic, and The Split of the Moon. All right. And I'm going to get some from History of Islam, some of the notes from here as well, and try to put it in a PowerPoint so we all can benefit, inshallah. So a couple of books all around, gonna try to put together like a small biryani and then come and feed you. Yeah. All right. Hopefully we can try to actually hopefully it tastes good. But at the same time, we have biryani Hyderabadi, biryani Malabari, biryani Arabi, Yemeni. So it depends upon the taste bud of you all. All right. So this is how we're going to go, inshallah. I wanted to know from your Seerah how, where we're going to start, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, from next week, from the pledge of Aqaba and the tafsir of Nas onwards. We're going to start Surah Al-Fatiha and open for question from anyone, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Tafadhalu. Any question, raise your hand. Sometimes my students are all ulama. They know everything. They don't ask anything. Sometimes, I got some neck pain and then I got no clue why. Allah make it easy. Sister Anzana, you've been laughing a lot. Tell me what's going on. All right. Anyway, so we got, yes, Sister Amira, go on. يعني خلاص ما حد ask question.
السلام عليكم شيخ. Can we make us a little small recap of last year because we were not some of us.
Wait, Sharika. Okay, go on, Amira. Who was talking, Amira or Sharika?
I started talking and someone was talking back.
Okay, sorry, Amira. تفضلي.
I wanted to last year I was not here, so I was trying to see if that you can have a short, like slight recap of last year, like a very brief one.
Of last year? Oh, you want to hear? So who's new in the Seerah class then? This year? Raise your hand, please.
Raise your hand, Bara.
Who's new in the Seerah class? Level 2. Whoa. Level 2. All right. So what we So Asma, Muhammad Ashfaq, and Amira. So Sister Amira, you want me to do a quick recap of the Mecca period of 13 years in 13 minutes?
If possible.
I'm not going to say I'll do it because I will not be able to do a recap because I was not the one. If you want to ask me to do a recap of Tafseer, we can do that. Anyone can do that because I've done it almost like twice or one last year. But to do a quick recap of Tafseer, maybe as an exception, maybe I can ask the admin to share the PowerPoint with you. Would that be okay?
Yes.
All right, let's see. Sister Anzalna, she's part of the admin. Let's see what she's got to say. Anzalna, go on.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Hello.
Yes, inshallah, I will have the last level's presentation sent in, and any questions that the students may have, they can compile it. I will be releasing a form, inshallah, to which they can ask their questions over there, and then you can systematically sort through the questions, Sheikh. I will give you access to that sheet as well.
Question? What do you mean question? From where?
Any questions from the Seerah?
Yeah, but I'm going to give them time here to ask me a question.
If they have questions
They
outside
have during the week.
Yes, Sheikh.
Okay, خلاص. No problem. But we're gonna share are we ready to share the PowerPoint to the 3 brothers and sisters who've been here, the new one?
Inshallah. Adi is also
Yeah,
wants.
Sheikh. It's ready. It just needs to be sent out. That's all.
خلاص, inshallah, just get in contact with the brothers and sisters, because definitely for me to go back to Mecca 13 years in 13 minutes is gonna be a little bit hard.
Subhanallah, Ustad. La,
Well,
inshallah, I'll send it out. But the only issue is, Ustad, like when I'm sending out the message, بعض الأحيان يعني it doesn't reach them.
no, we have only 3 students, yeah? We're
Yeah.
here to
Yeah,
accommodate
inshallah, the 3 students,
So-
if you guys could just message me on the number, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, message Ali on the number, he will send Mecca to you. Clicking of an hand. Yeah? Khair, inshallah. All right?
Inshallah.
So, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, this is what were very good questions to Amira. And yeah. And another one, I think there was Sister Sharika wanted to speak. Great.
No, nothing. I don't have anything to say. Jazakallah khair.
Okay. No worries about it, inshallah. I was going to say something, I actually forgot. Any question from anyone? Ali, Kate, Abdullah.
Yes. I had a question, Ustad.
Hey,
question.
تفضل.
Ustad, the hadith that you mentioned, خير الكلام, could you just repeat that?
خير كلام دل وقل.
دل وقل.
نعم, the best speech are يعني those that are to the point and short. To the point and short. Because at a point comes when that's why one of the Sahaba, remember it was Mu'adh bin Jabal or Jabir bin Abdullah, where they wanted him to give a lot of talk because they loved the way he speaks. So then they told him, why don't you speak after every Salat al-Isha? And then he said, no, I fear that you might become bored of my talk. Yeah. So this is why, and you look at the span, if you look at the span of understanding or the concentration span of the human beings, yeah, Ali, you know what happened, yeah? Even now, the West had actually understood when the Prophet Muhammad said, keep the khutbah short. All right, the khutbah has to be short, yeah. And the best understanding of people, the people have the best of fiqh is that they make their Salatul Jum'ah longer than their khutbah. تخيل. That's the hadith of the Prophet. Why? Because sitting down and listening to a person talk, yeah, it is kalam al-bashar at the end of the day. Our talk is not the talk of revelation. It doesn't have the sweetness of ibadah and coming and no, it's mixed with it. You understand? So when the Prophet Muhammad said the best of the speech that are short and to the point, even though you see the khutbah, a khutbah that's 10 minutes and 15 minutes, 17 minutes max, if you see my khutbah as well in Jum'ah, khalas. People have got the main thing, they go home, understand it, remember it, implement it, come back again next week. You understand? But speaking for 2 hours, 1.5 hours, going, at the end of the day, I ask you, what did you just like, I forgot everything, but he's been talking too much like a parrot. So what happened is that the first 10, 15, 20 minutes max of every class are the most important time, because this is the time where we are more attentive. The first 10 to 20 minutes are the time where our brain are there grasping all the knowledge. After that, it declines. That's why a teacher, when he goes to the class, the first 10 minutes, he gives the most important information. And then after that, he makes activities, debates, talk, students. It becomes a student-centered learning after 10, 15 minutes. A productive and a good teacher, he understands that. He doesn't talk all the time, otherwise you guys are going to be sleeping. And I know you guys on your couch. I probably half of you already slept anyway, but the thing how it is. So, well, we want to let you understand that this is the reason we want to make it fruitful and beneficial, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. That is why you can see when you look at nowadays, you yourself. What did that mean? What did this mean? Just flick over. And you see something, or you look at, Andrew Tate, for example, speaking about 5 minutes. 30 seconds, bow, you listen. I mention his name because I know everyone are trying to know he's the most Google search person on the face of the earth. Unfortunately, it's not any ulama. Any, for example, sheikh, you see him speak 30 seconds, your concentration span is there. 3-4 minutes, khalas. I have my media team in my work where I go. They got upset. And if you go on my social media, and I have clips that I do for like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and subhanAllah, I have to coincide and shorten a talk of like 10 minutes into 2.5 or 2 minutes. And I talk because I wanted to make it 2 minutes or 1 minute, 1.5, because so-called people nowadays, the concentration span are very, very less. They don't like to listen to many things. They might listen to a song for 5 minutes, but to listen to something for 30 seconds or 1 minute, they don't have time to. But we have to accommodate for them because how the dunya is going. So, al-muhim, so a shahid over here, what I'm trying to tell you over here, the understanding and the concentration span of human beings is always short. Always short. That's why the Prophet Muhammad would keep his talk short, but to the point. And he said, the best of talk are short, to the point. And he said, the khutbah should be from the understanding of the khatib, that he make his salah longer than his khutbah. Subhanallah, you see that. And even Jabir bin Abdullah, he did the same thing. He didn't want to bore people with his talk. So this is what we wanted to be bi'idhnillah ta'ala. All right, any other question? Great. Barakallahu feekum. And please do not feel hesitant to ask question. The two type of people that do not learn. And I said that last year. Who remember? The two, the two people that do not learn. Who are they? Now write it down, write it down. ميمان لا يتعلمان. The other, mashallah. The other people who are shy and arrogant. They're the shy and the arrogant. So therefore, we need to understand that we don't want to be shy. Ask, wallahu la yastahi min al-haqq. Ask, and if ever you don't know and then you feel that you know and you want to ask, then you will never learn. So always ask. When you ask, it's not that I'm ready to answer your question, I'm the sheikh. No. When you ask, it helped me also. That's why I have Q&A, question and answers groups on the WhatsApp group. So when people ask me a question, I make my research and I answer, and it keep my brain moving towards learning more and more and more. So keep on asking questions. It helps me and it helps you and it helps everyone. The Prophet Muhammad mentioned about inquiry, and even Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned about inquiry. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْيَتَامَى وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْمَحِيضِ وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ everything. يَسْأَلُونَكَ. So asking is one of the way of learning. All right, my brother, my sisters, inshallah, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, next week we're going to start, and by the ways of Allah Azza wa Jal, we say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And don't forget our brothers and sisters anywhere on the earth where they're suffering in any kind of ways. Make your dua in your tahajjud, in your sujood, in your own language, to our brothers and sisters who are suffering into any corner of the world. Shukran wa jazakumullahu khairan. Oopsie, I got a question here. Sheikh, while we have a lot of tafsir books, which one is the most preferable one? Some say Imam Jarir, Tabari, more precise information. What's your opinion? In your, like how I have behind, in your library, you want to use Tabari, you want to use Ibn Kathir, you want to use, you may use as you wish. Though the one that you just mentioned now, it's fine. But what I want to get I can even get from Tabari as well. It's totally fine. So As-Sa'di is very to the point as well and simple. We have Tawfiq al-Rahman, fi Ibad al-Rahman as well. Though these are the other tafasir as well. But what I would like to do myself over here is Ibn Kathir, because each and every khutbah you listen, the Shaykh say, وذكر ابن كثير. So all Ibn Kathir rahimahullah, his name will always be mentioned. Though Ibn Kathir, he has mentioned many of his narration from the Bani Israel that need tahqiq, authentication. But what we're going to learn, what we're going to teach you are the authentic one bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And I personally believe that many of you should know about Ibn Kathir, because he's the most prominent one out there. All right? So bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, again, I advise to all our brothers and sisters in any part of the world that are suffering, our dua and our contribution and donation towards them bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ustad.
حياكم الله.